is just kind of scared of you guys and gave up.
Naturally.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, naturally. So yeah, it is probably, I would say it's either, depending on how you feel, it is either very late in the night or starting to be early morning. Oh, why is it doing that? Weird. So yeah, you guys all arrive. Are you going to help Andrew out or get a nurse for him?
Sure.
Because I assume you guys just kind of you all kind of got all in together in Drive All Night.
Yeah, he get him a nurse, no problem. I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna obviously be keeping an eye on him though, because fucking flight risk.
Yeah, I mean his legs are broken, but I guess he can still run around.
He could do a handstand. I don't know what the fuck this dude's capable of.
The fastest gloves.
Yeah. The fastest hand walker in the world.
Amazing.
Yeah, so you guys get a nurse. They put him up, and they will take him back to assess him. So he'll be kind of out of the picture for a little bit. But yeah, Frank here, kind of awkwardly with you in the waiting area. There are a couple other people around, but it's not that busy of a night.
Hey, Frank.
He kind of shifts. He just kind of turns his body in the chairs all kind of stuck together in a row. He just kind of turns away from you guys a little, and he's not making eye contact. He is attempting to use his hair to kind of cover his face and then hide away from you guys.
Frank was the finance guy, right? It's been a second.
Frank is the he actually works in pharmaceuticals. Andrew is the money guy.
Was Frank the fast one?
That was Andrew.
Andrew's the fast one. Frank is the one that makes dream projections come out of his eyes.
He technically pulls them out of his own head, so he pulled it out of his temple.
Ah, okay.
But yes, whatever he dreams, he can make real.
He did make a dream gun and shoot us with it, so.
Yes, he's very much about that hustle mentality. He can dream it and achieve it.
He's also very nervous about us in general.
Yeah, he doesn't like talking to people. You guys can see his sheet, right? You should be guys.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I changed his trouble because initially his trouble was he doesn't talk down to others and that he doesn't talk to people he thinks is below him. But instead he just thinks he's just above everybody else.
All right, I'm just where is Frank's just I guess he's getting some kind of treatment.
Yeah, Andrew's in the back. Yeah, they are probably taking x-rays of his leg to see how badly broken they are and then going on from there.
Same casts that
yeah, he will eventually come out in similar casks as yours without hopefully getting out of them too early.
All right. Van, I guess, will sit in the room, kind of lean back, clearly still fucked up himself. Hey, you there that don't talk that much. What's your deal, huh? Just make shit out of your head?
He just kind of shoots a look at you guys, just especially you, Van, since she spoke up. He doesn't really answer. He just kind of stares and then just kind of huh.
What's the matter? You got a condition you can't talk?
And he kind of he kind of fidgets a little and then he just goes, "No, I can talk. I just don't need to talk to you." You're not cops, and if you were, I'd call my lawyer.
What do you mean? Wait a second here. Are you trying to say that you don't need to talk to us because we ain't cops? Doesn't that mean we could just, like, I don't know. We could have just wasted you and dumped you in the river. You know that, right?
He kind of gets a little fidgety again.
I mean, there's still time if you got, like, you want a bunch of smart alecky shit you want to say. That the river's running 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out in the open in a hospital.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You wondering why it is that I'm talking like that? I mean, I don't know if you notice what the name is on this wing. But it ain't whatever your name is, that's for fucking sure. What is your last name? You don't even gotta tell me. I'm sure it's not that important. What are you gonna do, though?
Yeah, when you mentioned the, like, your name's not important, he goes, "It's Depp." So I think, you know, it's kind of a big deal.
What do I know about Depp, I guess? Or what would I know?
You don't know any Depps. Not in your, like, your circle and, like, your family circle. You don't know any Depps.
Yeah, I never heard of a Depp. What's a Depp?
He just kind of, like, stares at you and just goes, "Me. I'm a Depp. You whatever."
Oh, you don't got much of a family name then, I guess. Oof, that's rough. So you're running around with these rich guys, and they all got money, names, probably. I heard of some of them, but I ain't never heard of a Depp. So is it all just riding on your shoulders, the Depp legacy, and this is how you're gonna run it?
I mean, yeah, you have a medical wing, but I'm developing the medicine that's going to save their lives and let people, live forever. So it's, you can have as many buildings as you want when I'm the name that people remember when they're traveling the stars in the universe. Like, and he does a motion like he's looking for somebody to, like, agree with him, because he probably has people around him that do that normally, but because he's alone, he looks, and then there's oh yeah, and then he just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, he's gonna listen to all that and kind of. I mean, yeah, that all makes sense. I guess if you're a genius inventor type, but if you're so smart, what are you doing here in this hospital wing? Technically, but not technically, being held hostage. Because if you think you're going anywhere without me saying so, you could find out. You like science, do an experiment.
He just kind of stares at you and just goes, "I'm here because you kidnapped my friend after you broke his leg, because you did threaten to kill us." And, and he kind of does, like, a shoulder shrug. "I don't want to die, so that's why we're here."
Technically, you're here because I didn't want you to die. That's the difference, kid. You can not want to die all you want. It won't matter. But I made a promise that I wouldn't go around just braining everybody that maybe I thought deserved it. So instead, you get to be here and, I don't know, tell me about how smart you are.
Oh, well, I mean, like I said, it's pretty obvious. I'm going to revolutionize the world. There's just, you wouldn't know.
I sit on the other side of Frank and throw my arm over the back of his chair. So you're the one making the drugs, huh?
When you say that, there's initially kind of like, there's nothing, and then he kind of gets really disgusted with, like, what you said, how you said it, and he just goes, I don't make street shit like that. I make actual medicine. I don't just play around with bleach and pipe cleaner until I either blow up or make something that I can inhale. And he just kind of like tenses up and is just kind of like trying to find the right words to start going in, but he can't really quite get it.
And the stands are your drugs changing the world?
If I could even begin to explain how any of that worked to you in a way that you would understand it, you would actually change all your minds. All of you would just shut up.
You know what? Actually, don't waste your breath. Hey, you like science? Would you like to go see a little bit of proof? I see your legs still work, so that's good. Get up. We're gonna go take a walk and talk to somebody, if they are even able to talk. I'm gonna try to drag Frank to go see old like fucking Spiral Cowboy, who's I assume
Yeah.
still in a full body.
Yeah, he had a lot of graft work done to keep him alive. So let me find him.
The spiral cowboy, you're talking about Diego?
Diego,
Yes,
yeah,
Mr. Diego.
Spiral
Why
cowboy.
Spiral and Cow. Well, because he was on a horse shooting
He
us
was.
with spin.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of drag Frank in, and I'm not gonna throw him in front of this guy, but I'm gonna definitely shove him towards Diego's like crippled form. Look there, see there, right that guy right there. He got a big fucking sniff of that shit that you're making, you and your friends. You know what happened to him? He summoned up something rather otherworldly. Managed to almost kill me before me and my friends here took him down. This is what's left of him. Or at least this is what I dragged back. I'm a merciful king after all. Take a good hard look.
Yeah, he is looking on. He definitely does not like what he sees with that. With both you and like him and all of this. And he's looking at you and like he's looking at Diego and kind of like looking over his burns and everything. And he goes, "So he caught. Wait, are you saying he caught himself on fire? What do you? How did he catch fire? You guys burned a man alive?"
Fan's gonna he's gonna just pull his arm out of his sleeve and reveal his like weird twisted spiral scar, like presumably on his chest. No, it was a fight
Yeah.
like this, like the kind of fight that's caused by the shit that you and your friends are putting out on the street. Like the kind of fight that all these people are getting involved in if they don't manage to sink themselves in the floor or blow themselves up or whatever the fuck you and your little rich boy sycophants decide is fun and profitable. And all your fucking genius of medicine don't mean a goddamn thing. Because you know what? You can fucking go to the moon or Mars or fucking Uranus or what the fuck ever. But like the moment a stray shot hits from one of your fucking little superpowered experiments and takes out a mother of 3 or 4, that becomes the world's problem, buddy. No amount of genius is gonna outweigh that. That's why I never feel too bad about fucking scumbags like you up. At least I know you got it coming. I can't say as much for the collateral damage that you and your little experiments leave behind.
Yeah, he's listening to what you're saying. He's looking over Diego, like the burns and stuff. He's not really like touching anything with his bare hands. He's just looking. And then he kind of turns to you and is examining the your own scar. And he's staring at it and like into it. And eventually he's gonna look back up at you and just go, I can I? And he like he just has a single finger pointed at your chest scar.
You make one wrong move and ashes to ashes will turn you to fucking dust. But go ahead.
Yeah, he will go and just poke the scar just as gently as he can. And when he does, he pulls his finger away immediately, but you can see his finger started to twist with the direction of the spiral that your scar is. And it was just very brief, and he pulled away, and his eyes get real wide, and he looks at you, and he looks back at Diego, and he looks at you again, and then back at his own hand, and he kind of shakes his hand real quick, and like clenches up his like fist like into a white knuckle, and he just holds it closer to him, and he goes, I don't know about any drug thing. Again, I'm working to save lives. I'm working to create the immortal man. They say by 2000 that the first person who's going to live to be 150 will be born. I want to make sure that is wrong because he's already here and he is me. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand
How old
age
are you,
and how
Duff?
number? I'm 27. Why?
You're not gonna live much longer if your insides become your outsides.
But I mean, and didn't you just?
You do know you melted a dance floor, right?
I mean, that's not. I didn't do that. Someone did, and that person, could be held responsible legally, from what I'm told, for damages to the club for what they did. But I'm not the lawyer here, so that's
Wait.
not on me.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't the important part, but did you say that they said that before the year 2000, the person who's going to live to be 150 was going to be born?
I mean, that's what
Or
most people say,
by
but
well, you said by the year 2000, right?
yes.
So how would you prove that wrong if that's going to be you because you were born and that is by the year 2000?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna be.
You're not proving it wrong. You'd be proving it right.
Yeah, I don't want it to be. Look, it doesn't matter. And he kind of takes a second to
Semantics,
hear, like
semantics
having heard
matter a
you,
bit.
and he kind of takes a second to like listen, and he just goes, "What tumbleweed did you roll in on, Midwest?"
Watch your mouth.
And he kind of
gonna point at him.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you move closer to him, he moves an equal amount away from you. And he goes, and his hand that was like pressed to his chest, he puts up in like a defeated kind of like give up motion. He goes, "All right, fine. Maybe I misspoke. It's whatever. I don't need to be a words guy. I'm an actions man, and my actions are gonna speak volumes."
Did you say action man?
They didn't really speak volumes last night, but okay.
Actions man.
Oh, you said action man. Van just stares blankly.
Yes.
Do you want to meet the action man?
What are you talking about? Is that the name? Is that the name of some like a drug dealer or some friend of yours? I
think you got to meet the action man.
Van's
gonna hold up his ashes to ashes will manifest.
You do that, and you Frank kind of gets defensive, and you start to see like his stand manifesting. Like it's like you see like two arms kind of come out into like a cross, like X shaped, kind of like block a blow. Because he doesn't know what's about to happen, but you were gonna be mean to him, so he's gonna protect it.
Oh man, I don't know. Should I take this soft boy to go see the action man?
You can take him to go see the action man.
I don't know,
you
man.
You sent Phil.
It's true, but Phil's a hardened like fucking war veteran. I don't know what.
Whoa.
Look, maybe time works differently there, and you only leave him for what he thinks is 5 minutes, but it's like a week. We don't know.
All right, what's Billy gonna say?
Whoa. You do not need to send him to the green sewers.
He's hearing this argument, and the arms kind of like fade away, and he goes, "You're gonna send me to the sewers? I'm sorry, is Action Man a hobo? Do you know a homeless man that calls himself Action Man?"
All right, you're going to see the Action Man.
Okay, no, and he puts his hands up, and he's like, "No, maybe we can talk it out, or not. I'm not going to the sewers."
You're right. It wouldn't be the sewers. Are you aware of the phenomena of alternate or parallel realities? Not so much in alternate histories, but in terms of dimensions that exist beyond this.
Yes, I mean my specialty is in pharmaceuticals and medical stuff, but like that's high level physics stuff. Like I know people like that.
Don't you mean chemistry? I'm sorry. Like
mixing
medicines, that's chemistry.
I mean, do you want me to like go home and like bring you my various degrees, or like
Actually, at this point in time, yes, I would prefer to,
No.
because you have mixed up several times, sir.
No, he ain't going home. He isn't going to the green place. He's staying here and he's answering my goddamn questions about the goddamn drugs.
Fine, but if he fucks up, let me know. He'll be taking a trip to see the Action Man and Major Tom, who you do not want to mess with.
Yeah,
I also
you
wouldn't
mentioned
take
these
any of his
names.
medicine.
Yeah, you mentioned these names and stuff, and he's just very confused. And he's like, look. And he's staring at you now, Billy, and he's like, I legally do not know anything about any drug that's being sold. There's an epidemic of many drugs. I mean, I'm not saying I've never partaked in any illegal drug. I don't think anyone in this room can say that.
I can.
But-
I can.
And he looks at you and his eyes narrow, and he just goes, yeah, well, the rest of us.
Look at me, Frank. You're developing some sick shit over there, right? I ain't a lawyer. I ain't gonna take you to court. I'm just keeping him from executing you. You understand that, right?
It's not. I mean, I've heard that, an alternate use of the word sick to describe things. So in that regard, yeah, it's sick shit that what we're doing, but it's not sick shit that what we're doing.
Oh, sure, whichever way you mean it. And it messes with reality and people develop strange, unnatural powers. We got that, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it does.
And that's you specifically doing that.
I mean, and he kind of like bottles up again, and he goes, I'm not the one that discovered that. I'm just the one who made it available.
So you're the mass manufacturer. I cannot say that right.
I mean, I guess it wasn't. And he kind of pinches the bridge of his nose, and he's like, I think, no, I don't. Things are still it's still gonna happen regardless of if I'm here. Do you all understand that? It's like giving out a recipe book. It's out there.
They already have it, so you might as well duplicate it.
I mean, yeah, it's out there. So the recipe is already perfected. I mean, and he kind of looks at Diego and he kind of like winces and he goes, I'm sure whatever happened between you and him, you saw what happened. That's what it is designed to do. And he kind of looks back at him again and he goes, not the, being set on fire part.
Now that was my fault. Chemicals get in the air when you scream too loud. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he kind of looks a little confused when you say that.
Yeah. See, all of your powers are just kind of creating chaos. That means you won't get to 50 if the entire city breaks down into chaos, right?
I mean, I'll be fine. I'm
sure you can't even handle a little scream from me.
There's only so many variables you can expect for, but, now I know. So, and when he does that laugh, he's like staring at the ground. Like,
so you're claiming to be some sort of Boy Scout? Why don't you just help us by studying it? That's a start.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, I can't just walk into my office with a bunch of cocaine and ask my bosses to give it to people. This isn't the 1930s. We don't get to do that anymore.
I think we're asking the opposite. Who's leaking it?
He kind of tightens up again and just goes, I mean, I'm not the only one that you've met. So I'm not the one who clearly went behind my own back and started distributing it.
So you're saying one of your friends is distributing it. And you're not going to do anything about it.
I'm saying I came across a once-in-a-lifetime discovery that will change the world. for the better. And he kind of like squints his eyes at all of you, just kind of like and then he goes, and I wanted to make it available to anyone who wanted it, especially with what it can provide for people. You all obviously have your gifts, doing whatever it is that you do. So, I mean, think of what you could do. Think of what you could do with that. Don't just think small, like gang fights or whatever it is you do on your day to day. Think of the applications. You have to think so far high and above yourself. Think of society.
I start squeezing his shoulder. My one and only power is I can cause this entire city to riot down and burn itself. You think that's easy for me, bud?
He's flinching and like he's just shrinking under you. And he he just kind of is staring at you a little like scared and curious, and he just goes, I said you gotta control, and it's more of a control thing. It's a mind over matter.
You think every single person in this city is going to be able to control themselves when this gets out, huh?
Yeah, he's mumbling to himself, kind of like trying to answer you while you're talking, and like talking over you very quietly. And then you just hear, I mean, I could find you a room that's soundproof and like study the effects of it and how to negate it. I'm sure there's probably a sound.
From sending you to the green place.
And he's like, and like at that point, he kind of like he gets too loud to overcompensate, and he's like, I won't. Look, I don't need to go anywhere. Look at how much info you've gotten. You guys are like nobody else. I mean, some people know this, but not you know so much more than you did like an hour ago. That's something. That's so much more than what you had before.
And you're gonna keep talking.
Oh, okay. I'm complying. And at that point, he's looking at you, Van, when he's like, I told you, I'm complying. I'm answering questions. I don't need to go into the sewer green. I don't know what it's called, and I don't want to go there. No offense.
I start smiling and like patting him on them. That's good. There we go. We got it now.
Well, I mean, it's good that you figured that out. That you won't want to go there. Because the people that are dead because of you didn't want to die. And then Van's just going to open up a portal right beneath his feet, pretty much by dropping up crumbled napkins and seeding a portal door to open. Like, just kind of, like, very nonchalantly.
Okay, yeah, you very nonchalantly put a big enough hole underneath the feet of Frank Depp to send him down into ashes to ashes. There's a very high squeal as he falls through these. You said it was like napkins and stuff. So
yeah,
they're just like normal white napkins. The actual like blades of grass and like the any kind of flowering plant that spring up have that same kind of white napkin-y texture on them as they start to bloom as he shrinks down into the liminal space of your stand.
Yeah, Van's just gonna squat near the entrance to the portal and kind of wait a little.
I squat next to you and light up a cigarette.
In the hospital?
I'm gonna have to go get him,
He looks at his watch. I won't leave him in there as long as I left old Patchwork.
Patchwork didn't have mentioned there weren't no food down there.
Yeah, I know. Look, I'm just trying to scare him a little. I don't think he really understands the depths of what he's unleashed, or at least helped to unleash. So maybe if I gave him a better look without killing him, that'll help him to understand. Like a Scared Straight program, I hear those work for some of the kids. Did you ever go into a scare? You seem like you'd be a prime candidate.
At least one.
You know, at your age, you could be one of the prisoners that scares the kids.
I probably could.
Might have to gain some weight, though. You're not very frightening, and technically, you got to put on some muscle.
What the fuck?
Just saying. I mean, I'm not saying you're like a skinny, no muscle, no leg, like little chicken wing, but like you could stand to do a couple squats and some bench presses.
She adjusts her mohawk taller to
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
they're not gonna let you keep that in the joint.
I ain't going to. You think they could keep me in a joint?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I might arrest you or something. Put you in the Dross prison system. You know that.
You don't got one of those. Wait.
Not yet.
All right, I'm going in there and getting him now.
Now wait, hold on. Just wait a second. He just sort of tries to listen in towards the portal. He's like listening for a scream or anything.
Yeah, I would say if anything, the closer you get to like the grass, it just sounds like it's a hospital, so there isn't really any wind per se, other than like maybe the AC kind of blowing air around. But it sounds like a field. You're just in like an open field with a light breeze, as the grass is just kind of slowly shifting, seemingly against nothing.
Can you throw like a hot dog or something in there?
Nah, fuck it. Just go in and get him. Be careful though. If you see an astronaut, just kind of don't make any sudden moves.
All right. I jump on it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you go jumping in. When you land, I'll say you see Frank. He hasn't moved. He's just curled up in a ball, just actively crying. Like it's not nice or soft. It is just loud, full body sobbing.
I go pace up to him and I sit down and cross legs with my smoke. How we doing?
He sees you and like you go to talk to him. He initially like recoils in fear and then like sees you and kind of goes crawling back over to you and like is grabbing like your boots and jacket and like basically just trying to hold on to you like a drowning victim would.
Okay,
like
okay.
in the same way that like he's gonna bring you down with him.
Okay, all right, bud. Okay, please stop. I ain't too good with the human contact. Okay, come on. I just like grab around the waist. You want to get out of here?
Between like sobs, yes, please. I don't know what's going on. And I think I saw somebody in the shadows. And he's like, like whispering that super, super quiet.
Yeah. There's like at least I think one thing stalking around down here, maybe two.
And he's like, get me out of here. What the fuck? What do you just have What do you just have down here? What do you?
Yeah, you see, I let out a long breath of smoke. I don't know, and I don't think anyone else does except for maybe Van. See, each power develops individually. Sometimes it's nice, and
I know how a stand works. Can we please talk about this somewhere else?
She does a little shrug and gives him a boost up toward the portal hole. Like
he's like, you're trying to help him and he's like clawing and like kicking up. He's not doing you any favors or himself. As he goes like crawling back up and eventually like gets enough of a footing that his weight is suddenly lifted from you. As he suddenly, the rest of you guys in the hospital room, you watch as Frank just kind of bloop right back out. It's hands first. He comes crawling out like he's coming out of a shallow grave, just like huffing, like he did a lot of he's either having a panic attack or did a lot of labor to get up and out. But he is laying on the floor now, face down, just kind of hyperventilating.
Van's just looking at his watch and then he looks up. So how long do you estimate you were in there for?
He doesn't move or say anything. He just keeps hyperventilating.
Well, you better answer before you go back in so you can double check.
I don't know that it doesn't any like his head is rolled over to stare at you. The rest of him is just laying, and he's like, I don't know. It doesn't. The sun doesn't set there. It's always sunny, but it's always there's tunnels and tubes, and it's dark, and so you gotta find somewhere to go. And there's someone you have people trapped in there. There's other people. There's other people.
No, those aren't my people. I didn't put them down there. They were there to begin with. No, really, I'm a scientist.
What? No. What? what do you? And he just kind of starts like, and he's just kind of making this like whine.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy there, pal. Maybe you should prescribe yourself some sort of, I don't know, like relaxing dose or something there. You know, uh, to answer your question, it's what? I don't know. And to answer your question as to how many people are down there, I don't know that either. But I did mention alternate realities, and you seem to be on board with that. So I didn't know you'd have this strong of a reaction, honestly. I figured you'd just see it and go, oh, yeah, like a eureka moment. Instead, you really lost it. It must have been, what, a couple hours at least, or even a day, maybe 2. Was it a week? You don't look that hungry.
I don't know. I'm not hungry. I don't want anything. I'm fine. Anyway.
Okay, well, you're going to need a moment, so maybe we should just take some time before we talk again. I would recommend probably not trying to get out of here or go anywhere else, because if I have to track you down, you will be going back in there for well, I don't know. I could just throw you in and forget about it, I guess. Or 5-10 minutes out here could be like 5-10 days, weeks, months, or heck, even years. I don't know. Time dilation is a hell of a thing. I didn't really go to college for the learning. I mostly went for, girls. You understand what I'm saying to you right now, right?
Oh yeah, he kind of shakes his head. From the way he is sitting, it just kind of looks like he's doing like a side nod.
All right, I'll give you a moment to collect yourself, and then we can maybe resume this discussion. Just so you know, the reason you went there, the whole reason that that place could even be accessed, is because of the drugs, presumably, that you've been letting out into the world. There could be, theoretically, somebody who is in there and has no idea why, because they were able to open a similar sort of entrance and get trapped there. That's the sort of thing that this drug could potentially condemn people to. A lot to think about, I think. Man of science ought to be considering the ethics of what he's doing. Well, whatever. Listen to me preaching. You go ahead and take a little moment to catch your breath and everything. I should do a powwow with with my friends. I'm assuming Billy got out.
Billy took a moment to
Yeah.
smoke her cigarette and finish it, so before returning to the hospital. But yes, she did parkour out of the hole using her stand.
Yeah, I would say eventually she does pop out.
You
I would
probably see claws as her stand like lifts her out of the hole in the ground.
Yeah, I would say in that time while you're gone as well, a nurse will probably come in and just go, "I'm sorry, was there someone smoking in here? There's no smoking in the hospital, especially in the room of a patient. This is."
Yeah.
Put it out, Billy.
What?
Well, I was gonna say, yeah. At this point, Billy is back and the
Sorry.
cigarette's missing.
That's gone. We left it in the other world.
Yeah, okay, in that case, Vince.
That's why she lit it up in the first place, because she knew she was gonna have to go in there.
Van's gonna look around and then say to nurse, "No, nobody's smoking here. It's fine."
Oh, now Billy just shrugs.
You got anything to help somebody relax, like a sedative?
She is staring at you guys who seem to be fine, and then sees like Frank just kind of hyperventilating, and she just kind of stares, and she goes, "I could probably find him something. Does he need it now, or what's?"
Yeah, he's just having a panic attack.
Yeah, what do you take, bud?
Screaming baby.
Yeah, he's. Oh, you
Yeah.
guys can hear that?
Yes.
Oh, she's loud then. But yeah, the nurse will go, I'll be back. And she just kind of disappears. And then we'll eventually come back with just one of those little I guess the only other place I can think where they have them is like at restaurants, like for ketchup. before they did like packets, those
Oh,
little
little
like wax
cup.
plastic. Yeah. She has one with like a single pill in it, and she just kind of goes, "Should I just?" And she goes to like start to bend down and like just leave it on the floor. Is he gonna? Should I just? Do you want to take it? It seems
Go ahead.
okay. And she just like puts it on the floor next to Frank, and just goes, "Okay, well, okay, I'll don't smoke in here. It's a hospital.
We
Like there's
know.
oxygen."
Sorry. It's
Uh,
fine.
yeah, she'll just kind of walk out. She's but yeah, there's a single pill in a little cup next to Frank.
Take your pill, Frank.
I get Frank some water.
He'll just like reach up with his hand and just take the pill on the floor and then roll over onto his back.
There you go. Take a moment. You feel better. Wonder what I should do with that other guy. He ain't got no legs, so I can't dump him in there. That probably wouldn't work.
Frank looks at you and just goes, wait, how long was I gone? Does Andrew, why did they take his legs? What? And he kind of starts like shifting up now. He's just kind of sitting on the floor.
Sorry, I mean he ain't got no legs at work. But now that you mention it, they might have to amputate.
What?
No,
not if they're broken. If they're broken, they'll just...
They ain't called back yet. We don't know nothing about his legs.
Might have to take them both off.
Yeah, there's more time in there than there is out here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, there would be a difference in the time.
Might have to take his arms too.
Okay, now I know. Now I know you're just actually fucking with me.
Yeah, man, I'll laugh.
But yeah, he seems to be doing a little bit better now that you have blinded him with your intellect in the human body and how injuries work.
Now that you have a better understanding of how this works, you can see why it's maybe better in your interest and our interest to be cooperative instead of like combative and catty about it, right? Like you understand where we're coming from on this.
I mean, I suppose, yes, I understand your fears. Obviously, the wrong people get a hold of something, bad things can happen. That was never the intention. That's just, I guess, what's happening.
Oh boy. Well, you're like a step above the scientists who worked with the Nazis. Like you're getting there, but you're not far enough away yet.
That's a bit much.
Are you sure about that? Wait a second. Before you continue, let me tell you that this whole thing is also wrapped up in a scheme that's basically like, people moving in to poor places after the residents have wiped themselves or others out for the sake of making a ton of money, targeting a very vulnerable demographic from a place of privilege and power. So you sure you're that far away? Because it feels like it's kind of a hop, skip, and a jump.
Oh, not even mentioning the assassination attempt on a reverend.
That's true. A proud African-American reverend.
Yeah, he seems confused by everything you've just said, and he just goes,
You don't know about that?
No, what do you mean? Are you talking? Hang on.
I was gonna say I think it's a bit of a stretch to call him a scientist. He got physics and chemistry confused. I wouldn't call him that much of a scientist.
He shoots you another like dirty look, Bernadette, and then he looks back at you guys and he goes, I don't if it's real estate, that's Andrew and Martin have been working on that. They're trying to revitalize some of the poorer neighborhoods. That's where they're cooking this. That's where they're making this drug. That's what you're telling me.
And probably distributing it so again people manifest abilities just like this and drive down property prices from the massacres and whatnot, or just completely drive people out. I mean, the preacher who got assassinated, and I'm not really being hyperbolic. He was actually assassinated. Uh, they wanted to buy out his church that he ran so that they could probably put up, I don't know, some kind of like high rise, coffee shop, or some bookstore, some bullshit, something frou-frou, I'm sure.
Shit,
Yeah.
if I went off in my home, they'd kick us out for sure.
And the only reason that you and your friends have gotten away with it so far is that I'm sure most of the people who have been hurt have been the poor, minorities, that sort of thing. You know, like, it's almost like you're kind of a little bit of like part of a very monstrous kind of system that is victimizing others for the sake of profit. Now, just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean that you don't hold any culpability, unfortunately. Ignorance of the law is not protection or defense from the law. Not that I'm a cop, as you stated. And, you know, even if I was, I couldn't just drop you into a portal in the middle of nowhere where you're chased down the sewer by things in the shadows. Not usual police procedure. I'm not the cops.
Yeah, no, I obviously doesn't make up for whatever has happened to you and your friends and the various communities. That's not, I don't know, everything I've said so far, that's not what I was aiming for with what we were trying to do, and then what what we got. That's not. Do you? So I was, and he kind of like takes a second, and he slowly kind of gets to his feet. It seems like whatever the medicine is starting to work real well. He goes, we were trying to find a way to cure, you know, most diseases. A lot of people think that pharmaceutical companies are evil. I get it. A lot of them are shit. You can't make money if you treat people once. And he just kind of makes like, he does like a shoulder shrug, like a meh. But I knew we could. We just had to find the right way, and then we did. But then you get fucking God. I can't believe I'm going to say this. You just get superpowers sometimes, and sometimes you don't, and you die. That's what happens sometimes.
So, like, is that okay with you? To all this is fine with you?
I mean, and he kind of like takes a second, and then you see him like kind of like lick his lips, and he actually sees that like the water and goes for it. No, I mean, not again. We weren't gonna like pour it in the water supply and see who lives and who doesn't. That's fucked up. Once we knew that it could kill you, it very much became a different story. But I'm not the one who signed off on mass distributing it into fucking cocaine. I don't know what happens when you do that. Clearly, and he kind of does this big arm wave over like Diego's body. Nothing good.
You're right. It is nothing good. So, I guess what I have to ask myself is what value is there really in, you know, kind of the continuation of you? Like the continuity of it doesn't seem to be particularly appealing to me. You help to facilitate the creation of something that is actually murdering people. You don't seem to actually feel too responsible for what evil you've unleashed onto this poor innocent city that's already been suffering over many different crime waves, drug epidemics, and whatnot. And furthermore, you're very full of yourself where you think you're going to save humanity or create these amazing advances in science and everything. It's like you could just go on to do worse, really, and you probably wouldn't even realize it. I guess I got to ask myself, why am I letting you live right now? Do you have an answer?
You say that, and he gets kind of wide-eyed, and he's staring like at you and also past you, and he's like, "Look, man,
Repent. Van's gonna just point at him really hard. When ashes to ashes manifest, also pointing even closer to him.
He like recoils and kind of like moves away from you, and then again when your stand kind of like copy pastes itself closer in the same position and like stand. And he's like, okay, how about this?
I said repent.
I and like you can see he's very nervous, but like whatever they gave him isn't letting like the adrenaline kick and everything else kind of worked. It's just a tug of war. And he slowly like and unsure of himself will just get to his knees and will just kind of like be on his knees with like his hands up in like a don't shoot kind of position, and he'll just go, I didn't want any of this to happen, and I'm willing to work to undo it, but I need to be able to get to my labs to work on. And he kind of like you see that he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't know the word. It's just that he gets lost in the thought and just goes cure or reversal. I don't know, but I'm the person that found it. Hey, I'm the guy who found it, so I'm the guy who clearly can make it happen. Can he? Oh shit! Hang on. And he closes his eyes, and his like left hand will reach for his head, and he'll just his hand slowly just dips into the side of his head right above his like left ear, and he goes about as deep to his wrist and then pulls out a small vial, and then he'll just like go, huh? All right, this might work.
The hell is that?
And he kind of like looks at the vial for a second, and like he's reading the label, and then he holds it out to you, and he goes, you wanted an antidote. If you take it from him, you will see that the vial is just listed as it just says stand antidote.
So you just dreamed it up?
Yeah. I don't know. It'll work. It'll work.
Well, I know a guy that doesn't need a stand, and I look over at Diego.
And he looks at him too, and he goes, "Oh yeah, if that thing's still fucking around or something, you should let's use it on him. Hang on, there's got to be a needle around here. There's a hospital." And he slowly starts to get up on like one knee, and then he looks at you, Van, and he just goes, will it work? Can I try?
You're bugging. You're the pharmaceutical guy. You know the procedures. This is super dangerous. I don't trust you, but I don't like this guy either. So.
I got an idea. Yeah, hold on. Is there a syringe in the room?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you could probably find one. They probably have one in like a cabinet.
All right.
And I won't. And I'm not gonna say like, oh, it's locked, you can't get in. You could just your stand will get it. If
right.
You can't.
I'll fill the syringe. Here we go. So you say this will work? It'll just take away a stand, no problem.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's what you wanted, so that's what I thought up.
I'm gonna slam the needle into his neck and just punch the plunger really hard.
Oh.
He lets out another like very short, like quick scream. And he's looking at you. He hasn't moved, but he has gone like wild-eyed and is like looking at you and looking at everyone else. And he is just kind of like just like sitting there on one knee. And he hasn't said a word.
The price for meddling with the lives of others with your gift and being so flagrant with their survival and happiness is you lose that privilege.
Yeah,
we don't really know if it works. I mean, it wasn't peer reviewed. There wasn't a double-blind study.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah, he'll quickly, like, even like it pains him, and you can see that, but it is dulled as he pulls like his own neck off the needle, essentially, instead of waiting for you to do that. And then he just kind of sits on the floor again on like, with his like hands behind him, just sitting there like staring forward. Like he's looking at you and like the vial and himself, and he just kind of keeps like alternating, and then he starts like staring at his hands, and he slowly gets up again, and he's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna go lie down.
Oh.
And like there's probably like a chair or like a little couch or something in there for like people who are visiting the the individual in the hospital. He just goes and sits there, and just like leans his head back and just seemingly kind of goes to sleep.
Did he die?
I mean, you can go check his pulse.
Yeah, Van's gonna just, I guess, do that.
You go and you put your fingers on his like neck to check him, and his arm slowly pushes up to like your elbow to like move your arm away.
All right, he's alive. Did it? It seems like it worked, huh?
Yeah, he just killed his hopes
Yeah,
and dreams.
I was gonna say you just hear a come out of Frank as he is slowly going to bed.
All right, there. Van's just gonna, I guess, step away, a little bit confused. Huh. Wow, it's like I killed his spirit or something.
Van, that's a lot of psychological warfare that I just saw right now. I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, you ain't even gonna be able to get any more of that shit.
Don't need it.
No?
Nah. I got all the medicine I need right here. He flexes ashes to ashes. The only shot that'll be curing these assholes will be the one I give them right to the fucking mug.
Alright, what if you get more people like me?
Like you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mild annoyance at best.
Ah, fuck you. You're just lucky I ain't using it to do worse.
You're right. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
With him taken out, I don't need to worry so much about them producing any kind of super variants or this guy getting hopped up his own ass about whatever else he could do now that he's seen the results of this super drug.
Well,
Someone
I don't think he's the only one producing.
That's right, but he is the only one producing the main original strain of it as far as I can tell. And that doesn't even take into account the thing we heard about the arrows from the Speedwagon guys. It's better off. No, the world's better off without someone like that running around with that kind of ability. New York City and beyond. Besides, if I change my mind, I'll just make him snort some of his own super coke.
Would he even get the same powers?
I don't know. He's a scientist. I'm sure he'll love to be a part of that experiment since he was so keen on making other people guinea pigs.
I think we should use that term loosely here.
Oh, trust me, we is.
What did you get your degree in anyway, Bernadette? Criticism? Busting this guy's balls about science.
Well, I mean, I paid attention in school, and just because I have an art history degree doesn't mean that I don't know how science works.
Oh, what kind of job did you get with that art history degree, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a sculptor. I sculpt for the city.
Oh, wow! No, that is pretty neat, I guess. I don't even have a real job, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, I don't think you need one with your family being so rich.
Nah, I gotta get one eventually, or else people will call me a rich little Lord Fauntleroy or something, like a little fucking trust fund baby,
Yeah, Lord Fauntleroy.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that. I don't look too good in like the frilly collars or nothing, so I should probably maybe try getting a job at some point.
Now I want nothing more but to see you in a frilly collar.
That's really weird. I don't feel comfortable with you.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
No. We check on old Broken Legs, or I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm not sure what.
Yeah, you guys. You are Van Dross of the Dross family in the Dross Medical Wing. I'm sure there will be people who try and stop you, but there will also be people who go, please, just he's got so much money, and we just got this wing, so they might just let you through.
We want another wing.
But also, you did bring him in, so yeah, I'm sure that they would let you know what's going on.
Yeah, what is this? I guess what is the situation with that guy?
Yeah, you find out from one of the nurses. When you go back, we'll say you go back to the the little waiting area, and they come out. Both of his legs were broken. One, the femur was broken, and the other one, it was the femur, and the kneecap is basically just, it was dust. So he's undergoing surgery to get the knee replaced, and they're going to make sure that the femur is.
Jesus.
Yeah, you kind of ran into him pretty hard. And he was also going fast. That's his whole gimmick.
So, is he going to walk again, or what's up?
When people ask what happens, we say car wreck.
Yeah, the nurse will just go, I mean, he's probably got physical therapy ahead of him. It's going to be, it's going to be uphill, but, the femur is the strongest bone in the body. It's the hardest to break. So, I mean, the fact that only those bones were broken, whatever he did, what happened exactly? Because it seems very precise, but we can't tell because it seems like he also had some minor whiplash, like he was in a vehicle, but there's no way the rest of him should be as not injured as.
Well, you know how fenders are like leg height.
And she goes, yes. Did someone hit him? Did you hit him? I don't think I can ask that, but I mean, we do have to if somebody hit him, this is a crime. We need to report it.
No, you know what it was? The regulators went all screwy on some bumper cars at Coney Island. And boy, did he go fast. Really hit the wall. Just right about that height. The little bar smashed into his femurs. He was screaming and crying, of course. Really ruined the whole day out there at the park. Write that down.
Given that it, within probably, I would say, like an hour or two, like the sun is going to come up. The fact that you're like, yeah, we were just at Coney Island and now we're here.
It was late. It was a late night thing.
Like the math of like travel and like everything else is just like swirling around her. And she's like, okay, if that's the story that you want to give, then that's fine. Okay.
Is he awake? Can we talk to him?
I mean, he's in surgery, but once he's out, it'll probably be a little bit before he wakes up. I mean, if you guys want to wait here, you can. Or are you all family of his? Or I mean, I assume friends, but
yeah, we're party friends.
Yeah, Coney Island party buddies, bumper car pals.
Right. Okay.
They call us the bumper buddies. We're a little get together gang.
And she just kind of shakes her head and just goes, great. Then I guess you all can see him in a bit.
Do you want to join the bumper buddies?
No.
All right. Well, offers on the table. If you change your mind, it's a lot of fun until it isn't, as this guy can tell you. But yeah, we can wait to talk to him. That's not a problem. As for our friend in there, the one that's sleeping in the chair, maybe get him a blanket or something. He's probably going to need a pamphlet on grief or something like that at some point. He's had a hard one. I know it's a hospital. He probably got some kind of thing like that, right?
She kind of nods and she goes, yeah, I'll let the father know to probably stop by.
Father?
Yeah, there's a church here for
there is
those who are religious. Yes.
Oh, geez.
It's not here. It's a little further in, but.
Oh yeah, where is it?
Oh yeah, so if you go down the hall and then out through the wing, you make a left, and then I think you'll see a sign for it, and I think it's a right. And then you can't miss it because they don't have the normal like doors like we do. The priest there made sure to like really You know, he had like wooden doors, stained glass, and everything. Really tried to sell the whole.
Oh,
and she kind of like waves her hands a little experience.
I'm gonna go pray there for a bit. Thank you. I didn't know that we had that sort of service. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean most hospitals do. But
Do they?
I mean, yeah, most of them are based on a denomination.
Do they keep the communion wine there?
If it's Catholic, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I assume that has to be under lock and key. I'm not even allowed to grab an alcohol pad without writing something out. And she and like she does like give a little smirk with that. And she's like, yeah, that's if you're asking if I know where to get you wine, it's not here.
I wasn't asking all like that. I'm just saying I could probably use a little, talk time with the Lord or something. I've done things that are a little bit like,
You've got to repent.
I wouldn't say it's like a little like it's like it's like a little gray. It's like a gray area. It's like a little bit gray. It's a gray area.
I know a guy who's good at the whole repent thing.
Do you?
Yeah, you met him too.
Oh, you talking about Father Eck?
I am talking about Father Eck.
Yeah, I don't think I need to go see him. I think he's busy. Yeah, I think he's pretty busy. Yeah, he's a little busy. Yeah, I don't need to go bother him. He's a nice man.
Yeah, I don't know. Acting kind of guilty.
Who? What? Me?
Yeah,
just because
look.
Just because I tortured a man and then crushed his hopes and dreams for the future or something?
Something like that.
Well, you got the wrong guy. I just wanted to go in and pray for a happy harvest, good, have Merry Christmas or some shit. Fuck you. He's gonna just walk away.
Okay, yeah. So Van will make his way.
Make
his way out. Yeah,
that's just what he's doing. He'll just be there at church for the remainder of the night, I guess, at the small chapel, I presume.
Yeah, it's a very small, like she said, as you're walking, you follow the signs of where it is, and then you come across these like they're still painted white to kind of match the aesthetic of like all the other walls and doors that are there, but they are clearly like wood. And again, yeah, there are two small little stained glass windows in each door, depicting like the creation, the whole 7-day creation over the span of the two pieces. And yeah, and if you go inside, it's just, it's very, like I said, it's very modest. There's a couple of pews on each side. There's a couple more little stained glass windows, and then just kind of a large, kind of office building window. So it's just a giant singular sheet of glass that shows like a little park, not like a park, but a little, walking, sitting area outside for, patients, doctors, whoever's there, so they can sit and not have to just live inside the medical bay. But yeah, and then there's the pulpit as well, with a depiction of Christ on the cross, just there. That's it. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a great place to be hanging out with you and your buddies dressed in like JoJo characters when some sad, like, soon-to-be widow comes in. But yeah, you guys can hang.
Yeah, I mean, though Van's a lot of bluster, he actually is there to kind of think on what he's done so far. A lot of violence, a lot of crippling and disabling people, a lot of threatening people with death or madness, a lot of delivering on the madness. Just a lot to think about. I don't know. I don't know what. I guess I could try praying to the Rev.
Yeah, I mean, you can pray to the Rev.
Yeah, he's gonna just sit down, on his knees with his elbows up, on the, in front of him, hands in prayer, and just kind of mutter almost begrudgingly, Well, yeah, okay. Well, like Rev, if you're up there, I've done a few things. I mean, it's pretty bad. Some of the things that are going on down here, and it's some messed up stuff. I don't know if even you were really fully aware of the scope of what was happening. Maybe you were. You probably saw some horrible shit out here on the streets, but I might have done a few things that are questionable. Yeah, questionable. A little bit of torture. I kind of crushed the legs of a guy who ran fast and stole the ability of a guy who could make his dreams come true. I put mustard packets up a guy's nose and then exploded him after he'd already been through a lifetime of torture himself with the PTSD he got from the war. Helped set a man who's heavily addicted to drugs on fire. Now he's probably just disfigured. Oh, and I disfigured the guy whose legs I broke too. But I haven't killed anyone yet. Yet. I gotta put that, I can't just say I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I'd like not to, but I mean, you never know. Somebody, maybe I hit someone, they fall and they hit their head on something, or they fall down the stairs and break their neck. Rev, I mean, come on, happens every day. I'm trying to be a good guy down here. Maybe if you could see your way through to send an angel or two to fix some of the problems that I caused at some point, which I did not do on purpose, mind you. And so I do not think that I need to seek absolution from Father Eric for, because it was either an accident or just the price of doing business in New York City. So wherever you are up there, hopefully doing something really cool. Like they probably got like a really nice heated pool or something, right? And drinks, like really good ones. Not like the fanciest stuff, but like middle tier, middle shelf. Like, something made with blue cacao or, like a little creme de menthe. Not something you'd get at a shitty house party, but more of an adult cocktail party. But not so fancy you feel guilty for drinking it, but not so shitty that you feel like you just had cough syrup. I hope you got one of those types of drinks in your hand. Like a boxcar or a cosmopolitan, but not too fancy. A gin and tonic. He's just kind of like actually starting to like bargain with himself about this.
I would say, yeah, you're kind of, yeah. once Van starts kind of hitting like a stumbling point, I would say you probably feel the presence of like a hand on your shoulder, like a reassuring hand on your shoulder.
Van's gonna just keep talking about drinks, and I guess if anyone in there sees him, it just looks like he's just being normal clownish Van. But there's like a single tear rolling down his cheek as he's still talking about drinks. Like cinnamon stops or something.
I would give me, because you do have it. Give me a presence roll.
Oh God, I gotta re-roll that. I have 1 fate point left. Fucking, I'm invoking.
Wait. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. What do you mean you have 1? We refreshed, but yeah, you have 1.
Okay, better. It's technically a 5 because of his stunt, King Silver Resolve.
Okay, yeah. With a 5, if the rest of you are in there with him, like either sitting with him or like next to him, near him, around him, you see that maybe it's a trick of the light. The sun is starting to rise at this point, as you guys have been kind of there. You fought all night in a club, and now it's the morning after. Maybe it's the sun hitting through the stained glass and kind of bouncing around and everything, given the room, given everything else. But like there's something that is connecting, it seems like, with Van and pleading to Father, to the Rev in this moment, in this place, that gives a sort of sense of forgiveness and apology and there's just kind of a calming effect that isn't necessarily it doesn't seem like it's coming from Van, but around Van or in Van's general kind of area that's being affected.
Melina's praying at like I guess they're called you know, like the back of a chair nearby, and she's like looking at that and is weirded out. In fact, she's gonna go up and just kind of kick his shoe or something. Hey Van, what? Cut it out.
In his head, he's just hearing a heavenly choir, and then it just gets interrupted. What the fuck?
You were weirding me out. I'm sorry.
I was just praying a little. What?
Yeah, you were praying out loud, real loud, and I don't know. I just got the heebie-jeebies. I'm sorry. I had to stop you.
Well, okay, fine. You know, I don't know what they do at your church, but like, you know, like, fine. I'll just, you know, be quiet. Jeez. I mean, I can't say it's jeez. Yeah, no, it's not taking it. Well, kind of. Nah. Well, gosh. I'll keep it down.
Yeah, I guess in that case, since Cynthia isn't here, Billy, Bernadette, where are you guys at? You also sitting in church?
I feel like Billy would avoid a church. At least one full of like there's no
Melina would have dragged her in.
Oh no! Why am I here? No, she would follow Melina. She would.
We're straight maiming people. We gotta pray.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, yeah. You can head inside, like I said, kind of around. If you go a little bit farther down the hall, you'll see some doors that lead out to that like sitting area, so you could sit outside under some planted trees and maybe see some pigeons.
But I don't pray. I was just one of us got to keep an eye on the Frank guy. I don't really got to go in, do I?
It'd be nice. Just a thought, just spare something.
To what? Some place?
You two
ain't like God ain't everywhere if he is a thing. Which I gotta say is like a real patriarchal shit system that you're. Nah, no one wants to hear this shit. I'm.
No, sis, speak your mind. I'm right here. What are your thoughts?
I'm just more for like a moon goddess or something. I don't got anything to do with the whole church thing.
Wait, what's a moon goddess? What are you talking about?
I mean, there's got to be stuff from before the Christians came and started telling us what to believe, right?
Go on.
Well, I mean, I listen to the soul of the city. That sounds weird. It sounds weird when you say the city's talking to you, but like, I can hear it, the beeping and the way your feet just line up just right on the pavement or on the rooftops. That's the sort of God I believe in.
Huh. Yeah, I can get behind the waves. Yeah, alright.
This city's got a city, and as much as Dross says he's king of her or whatever, I don't think I can believe it.
Wait, then why are you following him?
Do you really gotta ask? There's a guy targeting me and all my, the streets with shit they're sprinkling in it. Why wouldn't I want to get rid of that shit? If that plan had gone off, my power, my riding, had gone off in my building, the police would have kicked us out for sure, since we just sort of sitting there on valuable land. I don't... It's a direct threat, you know?
Word. Alright, I'll leave you to whatever. And she'll just like put a hand on her shoulder.
Oh, I'm just gonna go sit over that Frank guy like a crow over a open garbage container, you know.
Alright.
But she'll pat Mel on the shoulder a bit. You can go comfort that boy. He's full of guilt. That's why Eric scares him at all.
I ain't comforting shit.
What, you need some comforting?
Do I look like I need comforting?
It would be nice if you did.
What? Hey.
I pat Mel gently on the back.
I'm gonna go.
All right, cutie. See you inside. I'm gonna go.
Mel looks flustered and she starts messing with her hair. Yeah, whatever.
I guess.
Damn it, he's rubbing off on me again.
I guess I should ask you, why do you do it?
I'm just following my heart.
Oh, you got a sweetheart. I thought you just thought he was a prince.
He is something like a fairy prince, right?
I like the type that would like give you promises and then try to murder you.
Yeah, he's out of control.
We all kind of are.
Yeah, we're like the walking Bronx Zoo, honestly.
Sweet. I'm in a flock of some kind. That's where I'm most comfortable.
Whatever, I'm here for it. I'm gonna leave you to that moon goddess, alright?
She's always up there above the city, you know? And I'll just kind of like look up.
Do you talk to her?
Not as much as I think I should. But on bright nights, it's easier to sneak around. Makes you feel like she's just kind of pointing out the right places to step, you know?
I'd like to hear more about this. But let's go bug our little friend. See how he's doing.
Crying probably. Yeah, let's go.
Alright, are we gonna go check on our sleeping beauty?
Yeah. You guys head back up. When you get there, he still is very much asleep. There is a blanket now around him, though. I wouldn't say it's super well placed, but it's placed well enough to keep it from just, falling off.
He still seems alive, though?
Yeah. I mean, you can see, like, the blanket kind of up and down as he is breathing.
Okay. I'll fix the blanket a little and then look at Mel. We're gonna have to find out where the heck he's keeping all the drugs when he wakes up. I don't know how friendly he's gonna be to that.
He's gonna be friendly.
Van's slowly gonna poke his head into the room, but doesn't enter fully. He just kind of waits there quietly to be acknowledged, just silently.
Billy gives him a head, like an up nod.
He kind of like motions for Billy to come closer.
Billy looks a little nervous, fixes her mohawk to be taller, and then comes closer.
I just thought of something while I was praying.
Yeah, what up?
Okay, so he made an antidote to stance, but that don't make much sense, right? Like, you're not, like, not everyone got them from the cocaine.
Yeah, some of them just exploded.
And we talked to the guy from Speedwagon. He definitely had a stand before any of this. So, I don't know if I should share this with him, but I thought I should get your advice first. It occurred to me that it's likely that the only reason that worked is because he believed it would work. And if he didn't believe that it would work, or if he knew that, then it probably wouldn't actually, it'd be a placebo. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, he takes stuff out of his head, right? And I'm sure he understands, like, the mechanics behind it, but it also doesn't make any sense on a physical level.
Oh, okay, but consider that when the gun hits you, it actually hurts.
True. But
So,
maybe that's because he believes that it would do that.
so if he believes it actually would do that, maybe it actually does that.
Right. So I was just thinking, if I could somehow tell him or convince him of that, and he did get his abilities back. Well, do you think I should, or should I just let him figure it out himself?
I think after all this, he'll still have his ability to think on, like, science and junk.
That's true.
So he'll still want back into his lab, I assume.
Yeah.
Which we need to go to anyway.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. I think it was just a scare tactic either way. It
Yeah,
could
you're
just
right.
be he never believes in himself again.
Fair enough. All right.
So, no, okay, you do a lot of breaking people down. I guess you're gonna have to work on building people up.
What do you mean? Like, wait, are you expecting me to try to get this guy's self-confidence back?
It's probably what you're gonna need to do. Yeah.
No, you should do it. You're a chick. Dudes like it when chicks try to build their self-confidence. You know, just wear a low-cut shirt and, like, say something.
I'm not that kind of chick. I grab his front shirt and I shake. I'm not that kind of chick.
Oh God, be careful with me.
Hey.
Jen. Yeah.
Did you get yourself fixed? I mean, do know you got a hole that twists things into nothing in your chest, right? I don't even know how you're wearing this shirt.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
Whatever.
You can't say whatever to everything.
Oh, can't I?
No. Yeah, Ben, it's fucking me up.
Okay, whatever. Get over it. Hold on. Let me just... He just starts gently shaking Frank. Hey, wake up, buddy. Wake up.
No, just let him...
Yeah, you
No,
do.
get up.
What?
Hey, come on. Get up.
What are we... What?
I think I figured out how your ability works.
What? What? What did he...
He's on a sedative, but let him sleep it off.
Oh, come on. Do I gotta slap him or something? Isn't that what they do in the movies?
Oh, no.
Yeah, he kind of starts, like, blinking really heavy. Oh, my head hurts.
What happened in that? What happened with your antidote? You actually know what it's made out of. Why are you now like this?
I don't know. Hang on. Let me just... And he slowly starts getting up, and the blanket will just kind of shed off him. As he goes kind of shuffling out, he'll actually go for Diego, at, like, where he is resting, and press the nurse's button to call her. And then he'll just kind of go back to the chair and sit down. Did you guys have breakfast yet?
No, we hadn't had breakfast. Do you want some breakfast?
Oh, it'd be nice, but yeah.
Okay.
They just bring it.
Yeah, man. Anything you want. Well, within reason. Waffles, pancakes, bacon, eggs, some cubed fruit, Jella.
He kind of like smacks his lips a little more and just goes, "Yeah, I'll tell them when they get here."
Ben's gonna take a step back. I think this guy's out of it. I think I might have broken his brain.
That's usually what happens when people meet you.
All right, but he could just go to a therapist about it. Come on, what am I? I could help pay for that. If I gotta. I mean,
you got an emergency therapist online? Because I sure don't.
Yeah, I usually call Rockwell if I have an emergency like that.
I call Rockwell and get a number for a therapist, I guess.
No, I mean Rockwell is the therapist.
Is he a licensed therapist?
No.
Aww.
But he listens to my problems.
I would say at this point the nurse has come in and hi. I guess the patient isn't the one. What are you guys? Do you need something or what is?
Oh, that guy over there wants breakfast, and I think he might be a little out of it. He took something and seems to be messing with his brain. Can you maybe?
Yeah, I would say it's the same nurse from before. And she just kind of looks and just goes, "Yeah, you told me to give him something to calm down."
Oh, yeah, that's good. But he'd like some breakfast. I think it's got some side effects, maybe.
Can you run
and she looks at him and looks at you guys and just goes, yeah, he's you guys didn't specify what he needed, so I just gave him what we already had out.
No, that's fine, but I think I need an idea of what he might. Can you do a blood test? How long would a blood test take for this guy?
She kind of stares at him, and then just kind of looks back and just goes, I mean, maybe an hour or two if we rush it. I mean, I gave him like half a Quaalude, so he looks pretty good. I mean,
Can I be level with you?
Yes.
He might have also shot up something that I'm just want to know maybe what it was.
Oh, okay. See, that you should have told me before I gave him the Quaalude. That's a problem. Okay.
No, he did it after the Quaalude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's
still worse. Should have let me know. Hi. And she looks at you guys and looks at him. Sir, I need you to come with me. We're gonna do some blood work real quick. Okay?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And he just kind of yeah, I mean, we gotta get to the bottom of this. All right. And he just slowly kind of gets up and is shuffling along. And she's like, okay, I guess I'll bring him back here because you all are still visiting your friend.
Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll be here, probably.
Yeah, we just partied a little too hard.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Right. Okay. All right, sir. Can you, I just need your name. And then he's like, oh, yeah. Franklin Depp, DEPP. And she will kind of help guide him out of the room.
Yeah, once he's gone, Van's going to say, all right, so I might have been a little hasty shooting him in the neck with the stuff that he made before I could get maybe to a lab to see exactly what it was made out of.
You think?
Sure. Now I am using my brain to think, right.
Yeah, you should try that beforehand.
I was in the heat of the moment. I was full of the self-righteous fury thing. Come on.
I think maybe you gotta get some lessons from Erica and that sort of shit.
I don't gotta tell you. You keep teasing this Eric thing. I'm gonna tease you with a fucking garden hose and wash your crusty ass.
No. Oh, come on, man. It gets cold at night.
I'm gonna strap you to the hood of a car and go through a fucking car wash.
Okay, but that kind of sounds fun.
Oh, you're such a weirdo.
What if there were several doses in that plunger?
That is a concern, yeah. Another concern is if he could make something like that, you know, he could have hit us with that sort of thing at like any time and just made us completely powerless, which is why I was debating even trying to see if it really was a placebo effect or something.
Well, good news is it weren't poison, so he wasn't trying to kill anyone.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
If it's actually what he says it is, he was actually trying to help.
Maybe. If we can sort of get either him back online to make a little bit of that, or we can extract the chemical, however, we may be able to use it against his little friends. Or whoever's at the top of this. Well, we're not even sure who it is. We assume it's one of those rich boys, but...
Well, he did mention that the two of them were in on the, land grab deal.
Yeah. The dog don't walk far from the master. And these guys are all too stupid, as far as I'm concerned, to really be the brains of the operation. None of them strike me as particularly smart. Even old Bright Eyes over here. Well, he was Bright Eyes before I robbed him of his light. Damn it! Stop being guilty.
I'm thinking more that I think it's Martin fellow.
Yeah, he did mention it was Andrew and Martin.
Yeah, we got to get a beat on those two assholes. They could be anywhere, doing anything.
You know which guy probably knows about their hideouts?
Is it the guy that I just drugged with his own ability?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I hadn't thought of that, Billy. Tell me more.
But maybe we should be keeping an eye on him? Especially since his name just went in the system.
Fine. Keep an eye on him.
Wasn't his original goal to trying to find the cure to most diseases?
Yeah, some kind of, I don't know. I bet I was half listening. To be honest, I mean, come on, it's like the supervillain talk before he hits you with a ray gun.
Oh, hey, wait. The sculptor lady. Bernadette. Where is Bernadette? Hey.
Oh, I've just been sitting there the whole time, like, making doodles.
You make little, like, creature things, right?
Yeah, they stay alive for, I don't know. I checked my ankle. How's Reba doing?
I would say probably because she's still within proximity of you, she's still good, because otherwise you have a piece of rebar wrapped around your leg that like would have the weight of raw rebar on your leg.
Scratchy and heavy, yeah.
You can't like use those to keep an eye on people, can you?
Well, I don't think so. Well, I don't know how it works. They don't have eyes, so I don't know how they see. But
I mean, they report back to you and shit, right?
Yeah, they do, because Becky did a really good job.
I don't know all their names yet. But you could make one maybe to slither up after Frank, just while he's here. It makes me nervous, honestly.
Sure, I'm also not sure if they leave my side if they die or not. I don't know how long it takes.
Did they stop working or something?
Well, that's the thing I'm not quite sure about. I wanted to go back and see how Connie was doing.
Which one's that?
Oh, not Connie. Connie was the concrete. Carrie was the crane.
Oh, so there's a living crane out there.
That is my thought.
And it ain't attacking construction workers or nothing.
I guess we haven't heard if they were or not. So there's a possibility, probably not.
I was gonna say, we don't live in the world of 24-hour news yet, so if there's a crane that's just running around town like smashing shit, like you'd either have to be there to see it or like you'll find out about it tomorrow.
Yeah, because we don't have cell phones in this time where
or
someone's just like, you are not gonna fucking believe this.
She ain't near Bushwick, is she?
She is.
Yeah, she
That
was
is
in
where I
the.
found you all.
Yeah, she was at the building that has the secret drug lab at the bottom.
Oh, I'm real nervous.
Also, I need to be right back. Excuse me.
Oh, okay.
There's more babies screaming, and there shouldn't be.
Okay.
I do actually need to go to the bathroom, so why don't we take like a couple minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be right back as well. Screaming babies.
Okay, apologies.
I think Vex is still away. She had to go stuff.
That's okay. We can all sit here and think our inside thoughts.
Those are scary.
Well, just think harder at him. It's like beating him up.
It doesn't work that way.
Also, what was a new band name? Oh, Screaming Babies.
Yeah.
Hello.
I am also. We just took a break. I don't know if I'm.
Understandable.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad for it. It was a good timing.
You ain't on anyone else?
Hello.
I think just Van.
Okay. Oh, he's making
Oh, hell yeah.
bread.
Okay, I took my headphones off real quick. So I don't know if anybody said anything.
Oh, she said that he's kneading the bread and then he has to put it away to proof and it'll be a couple minutes. That's all.
Oh, that's fine.
No. I'm pretty sure I forgot the technical terms on the bread stuff, but that's okay.
Nah.
We all know what bread is,
Yeah.
how it's made.
Yeah.
I've only ever made that bread where you like take leftover crumbs and flour and egg from breading chicken, and then you fry that.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, it's real good actually. Just like fried bread. Fried breadcrumbs is good. It's just like you don't want to waste the leftover stuff. Yeah. So you just like use the last of the egg, pour in as much of the dry goods, and then just fry it until it's the right texture, you know?
Hell yeah.
That's the only bread I've ever made. I should make actual bread with actual yeast.
Nah.
I don't know, man.
For all the trouble,
I really love bread.
The price of bread is reasonable to me.
Yeah, probably.
Plus it's already sliced, you don't gotta like take out the bread slicer. Or, you know, the serrated blade.
I feel like right out of the oven bread is just like super yummy though.
So fleeting though.
So good. Yeah, so I think probably not like all the time, but once in a while it would probably be excellent. The problem is if I get into baking bread, I don't know how I'd stop. I love bread.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of a peaceful thing to do if you like cooking.
I like eating is the problem.
Oh hell yeah.
Same.
Nah, eating is like one of life's pleasures for real.
If you gave me some bread and some cream cheese, the bread is gone now.
Yeah, but you can always eat too much. It's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's just gone because I ate it.
Balance with everything. I mean, do we really even need Van, though?
Well, I don't know what's next on our plan.
Yeah.
Well, you got one guy who's getting his blood drawn, who's on Quaaludes, so he's gonna be like that for a bit.
He's having a good old time.
He's having a great day. y'all may have stolen his ability to make anything he thinks of a reality, and can use that to again change the world for what he believes to be the better. Just stole that dream right out from under him, and I'm sure he'll be fine with it. But he's also on Quaalude, so he doesn't care.
I'm kind of surprised.
It's probably good he's on Quaaludes, or he doesn't have his ability when he's on Quaaludes, because who knows what he'll dream up on Quaaludes.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Oh.
I'm surprised you didn't make Van roll for the syringe attack.
In hindsight, I was like, oh, I probably should have, but I was like, it was a sneak attack, and it's better. It's more dramatic this way.
It's not attack me. I didn't expect that at all.
It was a bit of a. I kind of was like, oh no, the moment.
Wait, what happened?
Hey, welcome back.
You were saying how many of us predicted Van using the syringe on Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Haha, got us.
Sprung that
I knew as soon as it was in your hand. And I was like, oh no. Here it goes.
I was on board with the just doing it on Diego thing. And even that was like ethically questionable. But, you know, Van just made an executive decision on the spot.
A stabby decision?
Yeah.
For science.
What was that noise?
Somebody's cute little cat.
I don't know what that was.
I was gonna say, I don't think it was me. I wasn't pressing my keys. Oh, I did. I switched out the regular New York City ambient noise in the background to just a hospital. So you might be hearing hospital sounds.
Oh, my God.
Oh, like random baby crying or something?
Yeah, like a baby crying, the beep of a machine.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of skimming through it. At some point, there's gonna be an ambulance. So just a heads up.
That's fine. One showing up to the, you know, emergency ward or whatever.
Yeah, you guys are in the emergency ward, so there's that. I'll lower it a little bit.
Oh, we are? I thought we were like in intensive care or something.
I mean, I'm sure. I feel like we've kind of made the Dross Medical Wing kind of everything, because like you guys just walk in now with injuries and they treat you.
Yeah.
They aren't like shuttling you guys around like, no, please go here. Stop showing up here. We can't help you. I don't care that your name's on it.
In my mind, it has like a private elevator or something that goes to it for like when like maybe one member of the Dross family had some kind of like weird, terrible like condition where they physically just looked awful. So it's like to keep cameras off of them. They just made this like secret back elevator thing that he just uses now to pop in like whenever on them.
One of them had rickets or something.
Yeah, something like that.
There it is. There's our ambulance.
Just in the distance, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
It does remind me of a busy city, yeah. Fucking ambulances.
Got another yuppie here with broken legs. 5th one this week.
Man, somebody's really kneecapping those squares down at Wall Street. Am I right? We have fun around here, but this is serious.
Except literally. We will kneecap you.
Yes.
He said one of his kneecaps got turned into fucking powder. That's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, kneecaps are not, they're little small little bones. You can just absolutely fuck them up. And you, again, I'm pretty sure it was either somebody landed on his legs to like actually literally kneecap him.
Sick.
I know Cynthia was driving around.
Yeah, I think that's what it
on his
was.
legs.
She was driving around and he was running around and she caught him by hitting him with her car that is a stand.
Yes. Lardy by their cars.
Yeah.
Cynthia just
She
just jump scared him. Found you.
Yeah.
Does the car say boo when you press the?
Instead of when you honk the horn.
Found you.
No, oddly enough, it also does like the beginning of the. Oh, I can't think of the name of the song from Dukes of Hazzard. The yeah, and Cynthia's just like, I don't know why it does that either. I didn't watch that show.
Oh no!
Song is Dixie, by the way.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I thought it was Dixie or like Heart of Dixie, something like that.
Just as the beginning of the hook from Tequila.
Oh, I love it. Wouldn't it have like a hook from her song though? For no
I mean,
reason?
yeah, that would be like the funnier thing, more on the nose. I was gonna say for the effect, when I use it, it does have like a car tire screeching, like coming to like a halt as like the car appears.
Nice.
And I very faintly in the background had Girls Just Want to Have Fun. So like it sounds like it's coming from inside the car as it gets closer.
Uh-huh.
Hang on, I'll just play it.
Nice.
What am I doing talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, as it comes to a
Nice.
stop.
Very good.
I thought about letting the song just play for a couple more seconds too. I was like, nah.
No, this is perfect.
With the
Finish
Cynthia
off
eye
the
catch.
car.
Yeah, for her like trigger. All right. So now we're all back. Sorry. Let's see. Where were we? We were all
We were talking about Carrie.
Yes, we
before
were
we had left.
discussing the living crane that may or may not still be alive. Maybe being nice to some construction workers, maybe destroying the city. But that's all the way in Brooklyn, so who knows?
Yeah, I was gonna say if we wanted to figure out, for like the future, we should probably go and see if it's still alive. That's not a good guide on how long they live, but I guess it would be. It's been how many days since we met? 2?
I was gonna say it's been a couple of days now.
So you can't get one to slide around and follow Frank.
Well, I mean, it's dependent upon Reba, really. I mean, Reba could probably no, that's not a good idea. She would someone would just be like, "Who put this rebar here?" Uh, maybe I can turn one of those lamps.
Flappy Band-Aid?
No, I think something more inconspicuous that is normally here. They keep that nurse said that they had to sign everything out. I think they keep the band-aids away too. So I mean, maybe like the lamp or these machines right here. I can turn one of them. Or the blanket.
It's your power, whatever you think is best.
Well, I'll do the lamp.
Okay.
I think the lamp would be.
Well, it's got to
easy.
follow him around, so.
Oh, it has to
Tiny.
follow them around. Oh
Yeah.
no, then that lamp is going to be able to do that.
Maybe he had a watch on?
If he has a watch on, I can turn the watch.
Yeah.
Did he have a watch on?
Sure, we can say that he did.
Yeah, so I'll just make his watch be living.
You might gotta go chase him down. He's in a different room.
I would say a blood draw isn't like a heavy labor intensive thing. They probably, if you go looking for him, is Bernadette going alone?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh wait, no, you get lost. That's why not.
Yeah. Give me a precision roll.
No, no, what have we done? Goodbye, Bernadette. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, with no one else guiding you, Bernadette, you don't know where they draw blood from. You assume it's got to be in a room in which people draw blood, so you got to find the blood people.
Yeah, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna go find the blood people real quick.
Yeah, you are like a Greek legend lost within the labyrinth walls of this hospital. I would say eventually a nurse probably sees you one too many times and is like, "Where are you? Like, what are you going for? Where are you going?" You know.
I'm looking for my friend was supposed to be getting his blood drawn, so I'm looking for him.
Okay. If like was he in a room? Do you have the room number?
Yeah, well, of course he was in a room.
Oh, okay. So they didn't draw the blood in the room. They took him somewhere else.
Yeah, they took him somewhere else because there's another person already in that room.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so what was the room number? What floor were you on? Are you still on the same floor?
We are still on the same floor, but the room number, that is a good question.
Okay. How about I take you back to the waiting area and then one of the nurses will find you if he's being discharged and stuff. Like he's got to go out the same way.
I guess that's okay.
Okay. Are you sure you don't? Are you here as well?
Oh no, I'm fine.
Right. Okay. And he'll basically guide you back to the waiting area. But I would say some time has passed, but you do see that Frank is sitting there. So let me drag him back out.
Oh, I was looking for you. Can I see your wrist real quick?
He kind of looks at you a little confused. Goes, "Why? They already took my blood." See, and he like holds his arm out with like the Band-Aid or whatever. Yeah, or not the Band-Aid, but like the piece of like cotton swab like tied down.
Is that his arm that has the watch on it?
Yeah, you do see he has got a Rolex on.
All right, I touch his watch real quick.
You touch it, and there's that little bit of life suffused into it. That same feeling anytime you do utilize your stand, which I can do a little effect for. There we go. Yay! I forgot I can do this. I should be doing this more.
That's real loud.
It is a lot louder than I thought it was. That wasn't good. But yeah. So with that, his watch has been given life. He kind of like you touch it, and he kind of pulls his arm back, and he goes, "Hey, just because maybe I've had a bunch to drink and I'm on Quaaludes, but that doesn't mean you could just steal my fucking watch, all right?"
Oh no, I wasn't stealing on it. Walter here is just going to keep a little close eye on you, aren't you, Walter?
Who? And at this point, he does look around, and like he doesn't see anybody, and he just kind of looks back at you, and he just goes, "What? I'm not." Like I can see, I have a stand too. I can see stands. So don't try and put your stand shit on me.
Well, then, okay, I won't.
Yeah, don't. And he just kind of like shakes his head at you, kind of like a little dismissive, like,
All right, but you are okay then, right? I'm gonna go meet my friends back where I was supposed to meet them, which was.
Yeah, I'm great. Like, can I leave? Like, is your friend gonna try and, I don't know, kidnap me or shit again?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should talk to him about that. You want to come with me?
No, not if I don't have to. You know what? I'll leave and I'll deal with, I guess. Yeah, he just slowly kind of gets up and is walking around. He's not shuffling his feet so much anymore, but he's not like dead sprinting out of there. He's just kind of moving along.
I wave bye to Walter. I say that. Okay, bye, Walter.
And he goes, Frank, and but he does wave with his watch hand.
I try to find where my friends are at.
Give me another precision roll, because I'll say it's a lower difficulty this time, because you are in a place, like, you did start from a good spot. Yeah,
I got plus.
With a 1, you know it's down this hallway, because it's right by the nurses' station, and the nurses are friendly enough to you, maybe not to everybody else in the group, especially Van, because he seems to be antagonistic towards them sometimes. But you're able to walk by and just kind of look into open rooms until you finally find Diego and everyone else.
And when I walk in, I just kind of go, it's like, well, he was not where he was supposed to be.
She made it back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she said she came back and said that
he was not where he was supposed to be.
Where was he?
He was out in the waiting room. I was like, I went to where they go to get their blood drawn. At least I think that's where that was. And he was not there. And the nurse came around. It's like a little rude. It's like, I've seen you 3 times. Like, I have not been around this hospital 3 times. Okay.
Wait, what? 3 times?
Wait, where is he now?
Well, he said he was leaving.
Oh,
but I was
can't let him.
I was able to.
Out. Yeah, go on. I'm sorry.
I was able to put Walter on his wrist, so Walter is keeping an eye out on him.
All right, maybe I should go pay him a visit just to check with my eyes.
Wait,
he points to his own eyes.
He left the hospital?
Yeah, he said that he was gonna leave and just deal with the repercussions later.
I don't think so.
I'm opening a window already.
Yeah, I guess I gotta rush to the waiting room. Is he gone by the time I get there?
Yeah, I would say he probably left through the doors. You could go like running outside and just start asking for where the guy with the funny haircut is.
Sure. I guess I'll do that while Billy is opening up the window.
Which side of the which side of the building is he leaving from? Can we see him from the window?
Yeah. Let me see what you got. Give me a speed roll. Okay, yeah, with a 3, you see the familiar hair stylings of one Mr. Frank Depp as he is just walking along the sidewalk, heading out and probably, we'll just say east.
We are wanting him back, right? I asked, perched upon the windowsill.
Yeah.
Okay, I jump off the ledge.
Oh shit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say with your parkour roll, we'll treat it all.
my stand grabs me by the shoulders, I can kind of glide down. I can't fly, but I can. It does have wings to glide me.
Yes, it does. I mean, I guess we got to see how rough this landing is, because you do have flight as a skill. So let's spread those wings.
Melina's gonna look out the window and say, "Damn, that girl's actually riding the waves."
It was extremely dangerous. No harness or cables or nothing.
Oh no!
Oh fuck!
I was gonna say, yeah. Just a reminder that we did, refresh. You guys all have your fate points back.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that because that was 3 minuses.
This would suck in
Yes.
D&D.
Good enough.
Okay, yeah, 2. Yeah, your landing's a little rough. Like you don't, Iron Man 3-point landing. I would say if anything, since you're used to like parkour, you're used to like having to do like a roll landing, but like your stand isn't like you don't have the momentum because your stand is like flying you, so you still awkwardly do a tuck and roll, but you could have just like landed on your feet, just normal. So like you still do it. It's just awkward because people it's New York City. If you landed on like the sidewalk specifically, people just saw you do a tuck and roll for no real reason, but
Yeah,
also
I just kind of dropped from nowhere.
Yeah, but you did also kind of drop from nowhere.
Tuck and roll, landed next to this guy, so I dusted myself off.
Yeah, but you can chase down Frank.
Yeah, hey bud, where you going?
He looks at you and just he gets a little wide-eyed and just kind of fuck. Your friend said I could leave, so I'm gonna go home and sleep the rest of this off. And he just kind of like makes like a little like kind of frowny face and shrugs.
That's all right, but one of us probably come with you. You're all drugged up and stuff.
Oh no, I can get a taxi. But I know my address. I'm a big boy.
Yeah, you know who else knows your address?
No, not you guys.
No, but Martin and friends sure do.
Okay.
You do know they might kill you now, right?
And with that, he actually kind of takes some time to like stop and think, and he's like, I haven't done shit. I haven't. No, they. And he kind of shakes his head a little. They wouldn't. That's not gonna happen. They wouldn't do that to me.
No, you trust your friends that way?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
How do they talk about, non-stand users?
I mean, it depends. Like, who are we talking about?
Anyone that knows your address, really.
It's not as big a threat as you seem to think it is that they know where I live. Like, we're cool. As far as they know, like, I'm either dead or in a hospital somewhere. So I'm coming out like gravy.
Uh-huh. And you're coming out like gravy from the guy who sends assassins after anyone they don't like.
Yeah, but he wouldn't do that to me. Like, we're friends.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
How much you friends?
Enough to know I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna die.
Does he know your birthday?
I don't know. Do you know your friends' birthdays? What about fucking what's his name? Van. What was his birthday?
I don't really. Well, I trust Van with my life, I guess. But I trust him not to send an assassin after me either. He'd just come with me fist to fist, We'd kick each other's ass in an alleyway.
That's not better. And he kind of like you see like he throws his arm up real quick and like a taxi pulls over. So, well, this has been fun. I guess you can also get a taxi, but and this is like as he's getting in, he just goes, "I don't know if you have enough money for the fare," so, and he just slams the door and it pulls off.
Oh no! All right, good luck to him, I guess. I could follow him, jump on the back of the taxi, but we do have a watch on him. What do we think? I motion up to the window. Is anyone still in the window?
Yeah, Melina would be.
I motion to him and go like, I like do a shrug. Do I keep following?
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess Melina would just like indicate to come back.
Okay. Or do a little hop, skip, jump back toward him, toward the hospital. Then, I could continue following, but okay.
I mean, it might be useful to know where this guy lives, huh? So we can just keep an eye on him, right? You know what? Yeah, you know what? Lena's gonna be like motioning, yeah, follow him, like pointing, mouthing the words. I've changed my mind.
I pull a piece of rope from my bag and I tie it to the bumper.
Yeah, are you just gonna let yourself?
Future?
I was gonna say, are you gonna let him get dragged?
I'm gonna drag myself by just opening my wings, doing a parasail.
This, you know how ridiculous that's gonna look, right? To people on the street.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Give me another flight roll, because obviously you are doing this.
Oh no! What am I doing?
Man.
Why do I keep rolling so badly?
I don't. Points. Yeah, you got fate points.
Crash into a fucking stoplight.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. Yeah, you follow him. You follow the taxi to like a stoplight, and you go and like hook up your rope instead of just being like a cool rollerblader kid and just like skitch along. You decide you're gonna do that with a parasail that is your stand. And initially during the takeoff, you haven't fully tied the rope to your belt before it starts to pull you, and you almost get dragged. But your stand is, lightning fast reaction, able to grab you by the shoulders with its claws and effectively hoist you up. So do you want to go up in the air high, or do you just want to be at like street level so it doesn't look like you are in fact parasailing via taxi? You just want to look like you're sliding around.
Whatever is the least conspicuous.
I mean, there's no real right answer, but with a 5, I would say that your stand probably keeps you at a good enough level and like straight enough up that people seeing this and not being able to see your stand doing the work of keeping you balanced, they'll just think you're wearing some kind of weird rollerblade, or despite the fact they haven't been invented yet for like 30 like 20 30 years, like Heelys, like some kind of weird proto Heely, or the like soap shoes so you can slide and like grind down poles, that kind of thing. You're doing something, but yeah, it's it's 1989 in New York. Like, there's some weird punk girl like about to get dragged across Manhattan by the back of a taxi. That's not the wildest thing they're gonna see today, maybe.
Mostly trying not to attract the drivers.
Yeah, well, also, trying to appear like nothing is happening despite the entire look of you and what is happening.
Sorry. Okay, yes.
But yeah, I would say you are able to follow him back, and actually, you know what? I'm gonna let him roll too. Okay. Yeah, he got a 4. That was just going to be in case he saw you.
Okay.
But yeah, with a 4, he doesn't. You see him looking around, and like once he probably does look back, but you're seeing him do it, and so you're able to like quickly duck down, and you and like your stand kind of like you pull the rope like closer and closer, so you are just holding onto the bumper at that point, and then eventually like you get the go ahead from Rebel Yell that like he's not looking anymore, so you can let go and not be immediately attached to the bumper of the car. You still have a little your safety line before you do get dropped off at some brand new apartments in probably like middle Manhattan. These things are brand new for the 80s, so they look amazing for 1989 with all the high-end accoutrement. And yeah, he exits the taxi and starts to head inside.
I do follow him at least to find the number.
Yeah. You see he goes in, like the bellhop will hold the door for him, and like, give a little nod. And do you want to just immediately go in after him or try and sneak in? If you sneak in, you might lose time and lose track of him. But if you just go through the doorman might stop you.
I'll probably go down an alley, follow him up. Wait. Is there an elevator right in the?
Yeah, in the main lobby.
I'll wait for the number that he presses, and then start going.
Okay. Yeah, you see there are like there are 2 elevators that are like directly from the doors that you can see. And then there's a little bit off, there's like a door. It just looks like a normal like door. He goes to that door, and you see him press a button that's sitting there, and this like 3rd elevator effectively comes down. It doesn't have any numbers or anything that would make it to be an elevator, other than just having watched him go into an elevator, and the doors will shut, and it will disappear.
So I'm not sure if it went up or down.
No, but it is there. Like I said, there are 2 elevators that have like the numbers on them and everything. They are they look like elevators, and then there's effectively a like secret elevator. And he took that one.
Okay, I will.
I will say, having like pressed your face up against the glass of the front and staring in, the bellhop that like let him in eventually comes over to you and is just like, excuse me, miss, if you don't live here, could you kindly? And he just kind of like gestures out to like the sidewalk.
Yes, sure.
It's just a little, it's not, well, I mean, it is, but yeah. And he kind of gives like this really like awkward smile of just like, sorry.
Yeah. Do you know how good is the dumpsters out around back?
Ma'am, I already saw you peeking through the windows. Don't make me actually call somebody, because I know you're going into the dumpsters. Don't tell me. And he just kind of like shakes his head and just goes walking. He does turn around eventually and just go, they don't have cameras on it, if that means anything to you.
I give him a thumbs up and a wink, and then I just sort of walk off. But I do actually go for a payphone.
Yeah, I would say, he's probably like muttering under his breath a little. But yeah, who are you gonna call?
I'm gonna call the hospital.
Okay. Yeah, you can give the hospital a call.
I know the room number that they were in.
Yeah. We would. Yeah, despite the fact that Bernadette has a living notepad. Somebody took notes.
Oh, right. Oh, does the notepad work?
I mean, if you it's on Bernadette's person, but if you took a note, then like if you have your own notes, like if you know the room number. I was just making a joke that Bernadette gets lost, but has a living notebook.
I thought it was a thing we were using to communicate for a second.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, good. I do call the hospital.
Yeah, the rest of you guys are inside Diego's room. There's a little bit of time that passes, and then eventually the phone in the room is ringing.
All right, who wants to pick up?
You pick up.
Hey, it's Molino.
Yeah, I chased him down to his. I don't know if it's an apartment. I chased him down to his building. He's got a secret elevator.
What the fuck?
You know, there's rich people. Ask Van about it. Ask how secret elevators work. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they go up or down?
I don't think we can do anything with that, so probably just come back.
All right, I'll make a note about the address, but you know, he's out. Should I stay here and see if they're screaming?
Oh my god, do you think there's going to be?
I don't know. I ain't an assassin bent on destroying Bushwick. I don't. Fuck did I know?
Could you maybe angle around and see if any of the windows got any sort of drug something or other that would maybe give this idiot away before
What?
you go?
I don't think he's the sort of. I think he just wants to go home and sleep it off. What I'm worried about is his little friends, like, you know, silencing him or whatnot. I'll look around for broken windows, but listen for some screaming. But the door hop guy is like, you know, keeping an eye on me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna give her the address and then hang up. I guess. I'll call you if there's any changes.
Yeah, this is good. We got something. And she'll hang up to you. But not before saying, be careful.
Oh, you know, I do my best. Okay, but bye.
Word.
I was really hoping for the accidental. Love you too. Chet.
Almost. Oh no!
No. Secret elevator that, like, goes who knows where. That's so weird.
But yeah.
Yeah, tell the group. Share the group about secret elevator.
How long would it take me to get to this building where I am? So I can fucking look at this secret elevator.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably, by taxi, depending on traffic, maybe 5-10 minutes. You guys could all hop in.
Are we serious? Okay, alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look. It's an RPG. There's a secret elevator. Bad guy went in the secret elevator.
Well, fuck it. I guess we show up, like...
So I pull up.
At the after party.
And you know what? Because I didn't know we were gonna go here. I don't have a map for it, but I'm gonna make one now. We can leave this merry band of adventurers all getting into their taxi and making their way downtown.
Okay.
Downtown.
We are harassing the shit out of this guy.
And let's go be mean to a nerd.
Oh,
he's already
Dog.
been through a lot.
That's all that this campaign has been, like, find one guy, torment him,
And squeeze everything you can out of him, and
then hire him.
Yeah, and then if he's nice, yeah.
Also,
yeah, that's
throw
where
him in the
a good place to call it.
Reality prison.
You don't understand, Fred. We can hardcore right after you, so.
Yeah, really. Billy was just ready to go.
Always and forever.
She is. I do picture her as the rogue scout, so The fact that she could just, leave a window, skate around, no problem. This city, it's good, it's fine.
Glide.
Okay.
Cause a riot. She's a little bit chaotic, you gotta admit. Just a little bit.
She literally has a stunt for chaos.
Oh, man.
I was gonna say, did you guys move you to the ending screen? I did not work on this.
Yeah, I'm reloading it. I think it's
Okay.
trying to.
Says loading 98%.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of heavy with the everything. But we did it, kids. We're back, babies.
So,
We're doing coke. We're beating up people.
Yeah, we are.
Why will this loading title not load?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Hey, the music kicked in there.
Yeah, the music
perfect.
kicked in. It sounds jazzy.
It is a synthwave version of Jotaro's theme, I found.
Oh, amazing.
Nice.
I feel like I'm in the 80s. I actually really like this synthwave.
I don't
No, it's
know if
good.
that's something that you should be proud of, Grin.
What do you mean?
Yeah, everybody's here.
The torturing someone.
They tortured a boy. What is there not to be proud of?
No, buddy, please.
What's your part?
Did you know that the CIA was responsible for the spread of crack cocaine through black neighborhoods during the 1980s?
Yeah.
Well, this guy is like one of those guys. Except he did it so that his friends could all buy higher collars to pop at parties. So,
Could have just killed him.
coulda. But he's gonna learn a lesson. Plus, if his abilities really do work like I imagine that they work, it may be worth actually getting him back on his feet after breaking his brain a little. I mean, imagine what happens if you feed this guy like acid.
Oh no.
Absolute chaos.
The
Yeah.
stuff he'll be coming
I'll-
up with.
I was gonna say, I'll say this about his ability because it works off of like forcing dream logic to be like a real, even if it's temporary, which kind of allows him to just like make something because like, oh, I want to make a serum that takes away your stand. Okay, like I don't need to know necessarily what's in it, but I could do it. And then, shooting him up with it. Yeah, I mean, there is an element of like placebo effect, but I would say that it's kind of a weird thing because I was thinking about it very in the moment of if it worked, then the vial would have disappeared immediately
Yes.
because the stand wouldn't exist for the vial to be like created. So
Also,
the fact you still have a vial.
and the fact that he is alive, because if his stand was destroyed through some method, he'd be dead. That's usually the sympathetic link. We don't know that
True.
in character though.
True. I was gonna say, if anything, it could be like if you do too much shrooms and have like ego death. And he
Yes. Though he seems fine and still kind of a little bit of a prick.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe he'll walk past his reflection and lose his shit in his fancy apartment.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I did acid one time with a guy who had a really bad time, and he was like, "I'm gonna walk home." And we were like, "All right," and then we realized that he lived like in the suburbs, and we were in the city. Like, wait a second.
Oh, no.
Wait.
Yeah, you
No.
that I don't think you can. I thought everybody hated him, so he had to leave, and I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say real quick, the like stinger, like spoiler or not spoiler thing, but like the stinger thing, was what we didn't see earlier in the episode, or what I didn't describe. It was a shot after everybody got out of the car, and dropped off Frank and Andrew, like just kind of absentmindedly, Cynthia was going to park the car. See, it's funny. Is he a tiny little astronaut, or is he just far away? We'll never know. She was going to park it, and then kind of went, "Oh yeah, that's right," and went to just get out of the car and just disappear it. It's her stand. She doesn't need to park it. But oddly enough, from the center console, like armrest of the car, there was a muffled ringing sound coming from it. She opened it up, and there was a car phone in there that seemingly never was before, or may have been, but just nobody ever called it because
We have a car phone
she didn't know it was there. So before she unsummons her stand, she picks it up and hello? And that's what you guys missed, and why she is missing as well.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Actually, the car phone will be really useful, I bet.
Nice.
Well, you gotta get those deets eventually.
Yeah.